What's up guys, it's Nacho and welcome back to my Football Impact video with the Bundesliga and League earned back after their winter breaks, plus the Premier League's back after its FA Cup third round games of last week, and also La Liga as well. Let's see what happened this week in the Premier League. And the Premier League, Man City invincible season is no more because they lost 4-3 in one of the games of the season against Liverpool. Liverpool were phenomenal, they were world-class goals in this match. Liverpool took the lead thanks to Chamberlain, then Sané scored a goal, which you say bad goalkeeping, goalkeeper should save it. Then Liverpool scored again thanks to a really good chip from Bobby Firmino, and then 3-1 thanks to Mane's world-class finish. Then it was 4-1 thanks to Burr goalkeeper from Edison, first time he's made an error of the season, and Sané scored like a really Rooney type goal that went against West Ham, chops over the goalkeeper, and it was 4-1. And then you thought, there's no way back for Man City. And then this started to change. They brought on Bernardo Silva for Raheem Sterling, who got booed the whole game because he said Liverpool weren't a top team or a world class team or a big club. And let's just say he came on and scored. Bernardo Silva, we awful defending from Liverpool. Karius, who had one save the whole game, had 4 shots on target for Manchester City and scored 3 goals. It was at 4-2. Then the end of the game, Gundogan made it 4-3, and you thought no way Liverpool would have bottled it. They were 4-1 at one point, deserved to win the match. City were awful. And then Aguero at the end had a down header. He's never scored at Anfield, and it would continue because there was side netting, and every Liverpool fan must have heart and mouths because they thought no way it's going to be 4-4. So Liverpool are definitely the entertaining team to watch this season, along with City, because you don't know what's going to happen in that match. They could be 3-0 up, like they were against Sevilla away from home, and then somehow draw the game 3-3 against Sevilla. And that's what this game is all about. Your gloves great, I love them, but Liverpool fans will be stressed out. City were poor, and it's the first defeat of the season. Don't worry, City fans. You're going to win the league anyway. Your gap between you and Manchester United is still 12 points, still 15 points. I know Man United plays Stoke later on this evening, so the gap could be 12, so it's going to be interesting to see how City do play it out now. They have a big game, next game against Newcastle. Oh god, envy my team playing them next. But yeah, good win for a good. It's more like a slap in the face for City. You aren't going to be in the invincible season, but you're still going to win the league anyway. Liverpool, massive win for them to get them to fight for them to stay in the top 4 because Tottenham were catching them at the later stage. But now they're 11 points. With Chelsea and also Manchester United. They've had a cracking season. They brought in Van Dijk, they sold Coutinho, and even though people thought when they sold Coutinho, nah, it's not going good. They've been excellent. Liverpool, great win, 4-3 win, cracking game. That's what the Premier League's all about, really. Tottenham beat Everton 4-0 in what was a Finaldo performance. Son was sensational. He scored a goal, he made the goal. Harry Kane scored 2 goals in this game. He just continues where he left off in 2017, just scoring goals like he always does. And I think Eriksen scored the 4th goal in this game. Big Sam wasn't happy with Everton's tactics in this game. I don't know what they were doing. Like, he just thought, you know what, it's a one-off game, just have a go. And that's the reason why that's why Big Sam teams don't have a goal, because he doesn't understand a word of attacking football. And let's just say Spurs were the better team by far. Everton were poor defensively. I don't know what Big Sam told them in defensive organisation, because he did not have in this game. So good win for Tottenham to close the gap to the other 3 teams fighting for them in the top 4. Arsenal get humiliated at Bournemouth. What a performance that was from Arsenal. It was the worst performance I've ever seen from an Arsenal team, ever. And I've seen some bad performances in my team for Arsenal, including the 4-0 they were up against Newcastle, and they somehow bottled it and got a 4-4 draw against us. This is even worse. Like, this is an Arsenal team who didn't have Sanchez in the squad. Looks like he is on the verge of going to Manchester United or Man City, or one of those 2 clubs. And Urzo, don't know what's going on with him. I never thought I'd say this, Arsenal's best player right now is Jack Wilshere. Who the fuck would you say that a year ago? Jack Wilshere, who a year ago was playing for Bournemouth, who everybody thought didn't have a chance of getting back on his Arsenal team, should be the captain and should be in the England squad. This is an embarrassment for Arsenal right now. Arsenal, who spent a shit ton of money on Lacazette. I feel sorry for Lacazette. He hasn't had a winter break and he's struggling for goals. And you want other players to chip in. You don't want Bellerin to chip in. He doesn't want to be there either. So it's an all conclusive fuck at Arsenal right now. They need change from top to bottom. I keep saying it, I keep always saying it, Arsenal are going to be like Newcastle United unless they change their ways. That team in the next 4 or 5 years' time could get relegated if they aren't careful. Trust me, Arsenal supporters, I have been where you are. We've got rid of a manager in Sir Bobby Robson. Look, I'm not maybe Arsene Wenger, I'm just making it as a point. They got rid of him, brought in mediocre managers, then had an owner who just want to beat you, just want to be there. And now look at Arsenal. They are going to be where we were in 4 or 5 years' time. If they're not careful, they don't spend any money. If they sell Sanchez and Ozil and Jack Wilshere, I have no idea where they're going to get their goals from. Who's going to bring in for creativity? Because there's all we're hearing is Arsenal keep making profits every season. That's not good enough. Arsenal fans want to see progress on the pitch. They want to see top drawer players be replaced by top drawer players. They want to see good attacking football. And I get that because that's all Arsenal. I always watch the odd Vieira, Petit, Henry, Bergkamp, many other great players. What have they got now? Danny Welbeck, who literally couldn't score if you give him a fucking pay rise. You've also got Iwobi, who I don't think is good enough. And many other great players on the Arsenal team who are not good enough. So right now, Jack Wilshere is the only outlet for Arsenal. And that's a disgrace, to say the least. No disgrace in him. Good credit to Jack Wilshere. He's been sensational since he's back on the Arsenal team. And he's actually showed grit for getting into the team in the first place. The rest don't want to be there. As for Bournemouth, great win. I'm not going to split the fact of your team. Your team was amazing in the game. I thought Jordan Ayew was sensational. He scored his goal and created the goal. He was excellent in the match, and for me, he was man of the match. I think most of them got the man of the match, but I thought he was man of the match. Great win for Bournemouth to get them out of the trouble they're in at the minute, and I think they could stay up. It's going to be really difficult. It's a real rat race down there. Who's going to get relegated this season? Arsenal, 6th, 7th, or 8th is where you're going to finish this season. You guys have no chance to win the title. You guys can dream of winning the league. That ain't happening this season or any season until you change your ways. And the biggest one is top 4 is gone. No top 4 for Unions either. Right now, where Unions will finish is probably where Unions are. Chelsea, Leicester, nothing really to say in this game. Oh, this game was absolutely shocking. Worst game I've seen this season. Chelsea have major problems, big time. I think ever since Mourinho has had a dig at Conte, Chelsea haven't won a match or scored a goal. So yeah, Mourinho doing his up to the old tricks again. Because we want Manchester United to finish second. So what we do is we F Chelsea's season up, and yeah, I think that's what he's done. Mourinho does his tactics again and fucks on our team's season. Well, it's not before. I remember he did that to someone else. But anyway, doesn't look good for Chelsea. Leicester were excellent. They had a penalty decision which was a dive, or blatantly dive. But they had major chances, Leicester, to win this game. But it was a terrible game. 0-0 probably would affect Chelsea. Would be more better performance for Chelsea than it was for Leicester. Awful match. 0-0 finished. Newcastle United couldn't beat Swansea. Couldn't beat Swansea. It finished 1-1. Swansea were leading this game thanks to Jordan Ayew. And then Newcastle United brought on Hosteloo and he scored a goal. This game was just summed up Newcastle's season. Chance. Don't know how to convert. What did they do on a training pitch? You're in a training pitch. Work on your finishing, work on your shooting, and work on your accuracy. They don't do that in Newcastle. It's just like we work on how to keep a sort of line and discipline. I don't have a problem with that. Rafa Benitez is a good discipline. But Rafa Benitez is not going to teach you how to shoot the fucking ball in the goal. You have to do it yourself. So like Dwight Gale and Rosie Perez, go to the training ground for an hour and train how to shoot the fucking goal. That's all I'm going to say in that. This game was shocking. And for me personally, yes, Swansea should have a penalty thanks to Diamond, who all he does on the pitch is either just give us a goal by a fluke or give the other team a goal by a fluke. And that's what it could have been. This game was shocking. Newcastle United will be relegated. And trust me when I'm saying this, that club needs major change. Mike Ashley's not spending any money. Rafa Benitez, we're 14, 16 days into the transfer window. Rafa Benitez doesn't even know his transfer budget. It's an absolute fucking joke. We don't even know who the owner's going to be fucking next week. It's just a mess and it needs change from top to bottom, big time. Rafa Benitez, as much as I want him to stay, I don't blame him if he wants to leave, because no owner, no manager who's ever been at Newcastle United since that fucking idiotic fat controller who's been there has ever given any hope. Newcastle fans are not giving any hope, they haven't given any hope since he's been there. Good point for Swansea. Could say Swansea should have won the game, they actually should have won the game, it was really end-to-end, but Newcastle need to take a big, the board of Newcastle need to take a big look at themselves, or fuck off and give it to someone who actually wants to be there. Watford and Southampton finished 2-2. Southampton were 2-0 up in this game thanks to Ward-Prowse's 2 goals. Then Watford thought, you know what, we need to get something from this game because their form is being iffy at the minute, and Marcus Silva was under a little bit of pressure from Watford ever since he's been like the Evan job. Watford haven't lost a match. Watford haven't won a game, so that's not really good statistics. Maybe because he wanted to take the Everton job, could say maybe. But good credit Watford, he got back the game thanks to Yama who hit the ball, hit off the post, but the bar, and Andrew Gray headed it. And then the second goal, so all I can say is a hand of Doucouré, because it is not, I mean, a hit of the hand. It was like basketball, he just palmed it into the goal, and it wasn't a goal, it shouldn't have counted. And that's the reason why people say VAR shouldn't come in soon enough. Even though the pundits, the journalism, have been slanging VAR, oh, it's going to affect football, right? And now, everybody wants it in. You're the most delusional people I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, I think VAR will be great for football. I've always been saying it needs to come in as soon as possible. Yes, there are some grey areas with it. Maybe get the jumbo screens and actually let the fans on the who's watching the match at the mat live show it. Maybe something like that. But I think it'd be great. It needs to come in for decisions like that. For me, it's borderline joke. And the last game is Crystal Palace. Still going well. They beat Burnley thanks to Sacco, who scored a really good finish, even though they should have had a penalty in the first half on a foul on Sacco. I don't know what Tarkowski was thinking of. It is a penalty. Again, VAR again would clear that up. Yeah, it would have. But great win for Crystal Palace. They're now flying at the minute. I think the only defeat they've had in the last many games was against Arsenal, and they were unlucky to lose that match because they easily could have got a point in that game. So they're really good form at the minute, Palace. Just like Bournemouth, they are in the rat race for relegation this year. I haven't got a clue who's going to go down this year because it is so fucking tight down there. Between Watford down to Stoke, it is 5 points or 6 points or something like that. It's not even a gap. When it gets to 10 points, that's when you say you're safe. Anybody else who's not 10 points for staying in the Premier League this year are going to be in a relegation rat race. It's the most wide open relegation fight ever. Burnley have had a great season, just sort of in a sticky sort of area. They're safe, but they want the season to end. They've had a great season and they'll be fine mid-table. Okay guys, let's look at the Premier League table where Manchester City top it. Even with their defeat, they're still top. Only they can do that. Then it's Manchester United, who are second, plays tonight against Stoke. Then it's Liverpool, who were up to third on goal difference ahead of Chelsea. Then it's a little bit of gap back to Tottenham. Then it's Arsenal, who stay. Arsenal, Burnley, Leicester, Everton and Watford stay as they are. And at the bottom, West Ham, with their amazing win against Leicester, against Huddersfield up to 11. Palace up to 12. Bournemouth up to 13. Huddersfield, Newcastle, Brighton move down to 14, 15, 16. Then it's Southampton stay where they are with their point. Then it's Stoke, who are still in the bottom three. West Brom get a big win against Brighton, which keeps them still 19th, but only a couple points off the relegation zone of getting out of relegation. Another point for Swansea, still keeps them bottom. It's wide open who will get relegated this season in the Premier League. So guys, that's what happened this week in the Bundesliga. And the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich win 3-1 against Leverkusen, but Leverkusen played really well in this game and should had big chances to win. Bailly had a big chance. Many other players in Leverkusen had chances, but Bayern Munich do what Bayern Munich do: graft, win, and win. That's what they do. James Rodriguez scored an absolute pinpoint of a free kick to get pretty much clinch the points. 3-1 win. There's no team stopping them. You may just give them the Bundesliga title right now because they've won the league again, and they will probably win the league again and again and again until someone else fucking catches. RB Leipzig beat Schalke in a massive sort of Champions League fight-off for two teams trying to get in the Champions League this year. Big win for Schalke because Theo Werner and Wolfsburg did not start in this game, but Theo Werner came off the bench and scored. But the first goal was Keita, who isn't moved to Liverpool in this transfer window, but Leipzig say he's not for sale until the summer. He's a Liverpool player in the summer, not in the January transfer window. So that is that rumour. But a great finish from Keita, but even though it took a massive deflection. Schalke got back into the game, but they were poor Schalke. They lacked so much goals. When you take Goretzka out of that team, just no creativity whatsoever. Then Theo Werner scored a really good goal, and then one of the other Leipzig players scored as well. So good win for Leipzig to get them. They will probably finish between them and Dortmund, who will probably finish second this year. Schalke maybe third, fourth, or fifth is where they're going to finish this year. But they've had a cracking season nonetheless, Schalke, because the talent, the players they've got, it's not a great squad, but it's a talented squad. They could probably finish top. Dortmund, no Aubameyang, no goals, and they drew against relegation fight in Wolfsburg, which is a big problem for Dortmund because they're not playing well. And the problem is Christian Pulisic, the American hero, you could say, even though America didn't qualify for the World Cup, but the American talent didn't play in this game. Aubameyang, the top goal scorer, didn't play in this game. There's so many rumours going on. He's going to go to Arsenal, he's going to go to China, he's going to go to Inter Milan, he's going to AC Milan, he's going to many clubs, apart from my club. Massive problem for Dortmund at the minute. I mean, you take Aubameyang and Pulisic out of the team, who's going to score the goals? Yarmolenko's a talent, he's got something, but he's not going to be the guy that scores your goals. He may score you the L goal, and is Schürrle going to score? Schürrle is for me a reject from fucking Chelsea. It just didn't happen. So right now they're in big troubles, Dortmund. There's a lot. They don't even know who the manager's going to be next season. So a lot of uncertainty at Borussia Dortmund. No goals. Aubameyang's future. Christian Pulisic has not been added. So major problems. Good point for Wolfsburg in their fight for survival this year, and they probably will still stay up for me because I just think they're better defensively, not great attackingly, just to stay in the league this year. Cologne make it a big win for them against Gladbach, who were single-handedly rubbish in this match. But Cologne did good. Cologne, they took the lead in this game. Really good finish. Gladbach thought, you know what, we get back into the game. But Cologne just done enough to win. They were excellent from the first minute to last. Totally deserved the 3 points. Gladbach, major problems, you guys. If you don't beat the worst team in Bundesliga, you don't deserve to be in the Champions League. And last game is Stuttgart get back to winning ways. It is Hertha Berlin, a major sort of two teams not fighting for relegation, but two teams trying to stay out of the relegation zone because they don't want to be in it. So that's probably what this game was all about. Stuttgart, I don't think will go down this year. I said it from the start of the season. I just think they have enough in terms of goals, and I think defensively they're really good, and their home form is excellent to see. I think only Bayern Munich have a better home form than them. So really good win for them. Hertha away from home has been their biggest problem this season. I think only Cologne and Hamburg have worse away from than them. So not really good for them, but they'll probably stay up for another season because there's goals in that team and they always do well. So guys, that's the Bundesliga table where Bayern Munich top it on 45 points, then it's Leipzig on second on 31, then Schalke, Dortmund, Leverkusen, then it's Gladbach, Augsburg, Hoffenheim, Frankfurt and Hannover. On the bottom is Hertha, Wolfsburg, Stuttgart, Freiburg, Mainz, Bremen, Hamburg and Cologne. That is your Bundesliga table after 18 matches. So guys, let's move on to La Liga. And on La Liga this weekend, Barcelona come back from 2-0 down to beat Real Sociedad a game and actually a match. They never win in the Basque Country for whatever reason, just have a rip record there. And give credit to PSG, they come back and had character to get back in the game. But Sociedad were 2-0 in this game and scored two really good goals. Don't ask me what the defending was for Barcelona because they need to get that sorted out in the summer, defensively wise. But a really good goal from Paulinho back in the game. Luis Suarez scores an absolute beautiful, phenomenal flicking goal in the back of the net. Messi does what Messi does and scores an absolute blinder free kick. And then Suarez gets I think it's Ferdinand Suarez and Messi. I think got the fourth unbelievable free kick. It doesn't really matter who scored the goals or where the goals were scored. They were excellent. Barcelona in the second half. The football in the second half was massively amazing. And Messi, who single-handedly is the greatest player I've ever seen. Don't tell Ronaldo that. I'm going to words for this guy. And when you bring Coutinho on that team, it's just going to be more unbelievable. So Barcelona, for me, really won the league. And pretty much look forward to seeing them in the Champions League to see what they can do. But right now, Barcelona have me won the league title. Atletico Madrid beat Elbar 1-0 thanks to Kevin. What's the word to use? That's what I'm going to use. Kevin, what the hell I've just seen. Gamero. That's right, Kevin Gamero. Who the hell rates Kevin Gamero? Like, Kevin Gamero is the worst striker I have ever seen in my life. His first touch is awful. His second touch is worse than his first touch, and his finishing, I could finish better. But I give credit to him, credit due, even though it was a fucking tap-in goal he scored. That's only goals he fucking scored for Atletico Madrid are tap-ins because Griezmann did all the fucking work. And all I do is top the ball in net. So don't bullshit me. If anybody fucking races Kevin, you're a Kevin Gamero or delusional and you get their eyes checked. I'm telling you right now. But give credit to Atletico Madrid, just done enough, they always do. Score a goal, get a clean sheet, win 1-0. That's just Atletico Madrid way on Diego Simeone. But Elbar, who were really playing well in this game, who I think were on 5 or 6 game winning streak, just good to show when you're playing against a top 4 competition, you need to take your chances. Didn't do that in this game, and yeah, good win for Atletico Madrid. Probably going to finish second this season, playing the eventual winners, Barcelona. Real Madrid lose again against Villarreal, and boy oh boy, they had big trouble. Where do I start? Real Madrid. Ronaldo was awful. 4 goals he has scored in 18 league games this season. That's amazing. And this is Real Madrid we're talking about. This is not a guy who's, this is Cristiano Ronaldo. How the fuck did he scored 4 league goals in 18 games? That's I just can't. I had to look at that. I had to look at it. I don't know what the hell. But give credit to Villarreal. They were excellent. They had a game plan from the start. Just frustrate Real Madrid. The fans were booing after the match, and there's big problems with Zidane, big time. If you lose it, I mean, right now, they're only a point ahead of Villarreal. They're only a point ahead of 5th place Villarreal. It gets to a stage, Real Madrid may not finish in the top 4. That is fucking scary. That's even more scary than Arsenal finishing in the top 4 last season. It's like, what the fuck? Real Madrid got major problems. The fact that Benzema, who for me is not good enough, they didn't go and buy a top scorer striker or a player to replace Morata and James Rodriguez. They're not even paying the price for that, Real Madrid. And for me, right now, you don't deserve to be in the top 4. And right now, you're 6th. I think they're 19 points or 16 points behind Barcelona. Like, they're close to relegation than they are to Barcelona. That tells you that tells you what the fuck's happened to Real Madrid in the past year. They're in big trouble, and right now, and then if I say this, you may not finish in top 4. And you play PSG in 3 weeks' time. Good luck at beating that team, because you need a miracle to beat them, because they're flying, they're scoring goals right and centre. Big problems for Real Madrid. Big problems. Great win for Villarreal to close the gap between them and Real Madrid to a point. Valencia get a very late sort of win against Deportivo La Coruña. Deportivo had big chances in the first half, but then a howler from the goalkeeper. It's the only word I can say it's a howler. I don't know what the goalkeeper's trying to think of doing, but it is a howler from the goalkeeper. Then they take the lead, Valencia. Then Valencia scored the second goal, which was a really good goal, and they thought, you know what, they're going to, even though don't ask me what the defending was doing from that goal from Deportivo. They're all over the place. Then they get a goal back, Deportivo, and you thought, okay, they only got a goal. And then the last minute of the game, Deportivo, you had the chance to get the point, and he's boomed it over the bar. He's 4 yards out. How does he miss? I haven't got a clue. And that, my friends, is the difference between relegation and top 4. You saw it right in front of you. Deportivo La Coruña, for me, are going to go down this year. If you do not score your goals and take your chances, you're going to go down. Massive win. That's a massive win for Valencia. Sort of to get the gap between them and the rest for that top 4 bigger. And I think they will finish probably 3rd or 4th this season. I think they'll be next in the season. We really enjoy to watch Valencia's football this year. Good win for Valencia. Deportivo, you guys will have to be playing in the 2nd division in Spanish football next season. So guys, look at the La Liga table. Barcelona 51 points and are way ahead of everybody else. Real Madrid are best and rest in 2nd place. Now Valencia, Real Madrid they're in big trouble and need major change. Then they're a point ahead of Villarreal. Then Sevilla, then Elborg, Getafe, Granola, and Celta Vigo at the bottom. Athletic Bilbao, Leganés, Betis, Espanyol, Real Sociedad, Levante, Alves, Deportivo La Coruña, Malaga, and Las Palmas, who got thumped 6-0 by our newly promoted club. Holy Moses, you guys are shit. So guys, let's move on to last league earn. And league earn this weekend, PSG make the gap between them and everybody else massive, and they win in our game thanks to Di Maria, who's got a really good finish. But boy, he missed an absolute sitter. Literally, all you do is tap in the net. It was an open goal. He fucking missed. It was a great ball in from Rabiot. I haven't got a clue. Di Maria missed that. If that was Neymar and Kylian Mbappe or Cavani, that's in the back of the net. Then at the end of the game, something unbelievable happened. The referee sent off a player. He thought, okay, just a random player sending off. Probably made a bad tackle or said something. No, he didn't do anything. He tripped the referee by an accident, and the referee kicked him in the shin. And then I thought, you know what, you do that on purpose, you're off. That referee should never referee in our game in his life. And I thought English referees were bad. Fuck, French referees are even worse. I can't believe what I was seeing. That referee is banned for life for football. He shouldn't be a referee. That guy should be locked up in prison for what he done. I can't believe it. I just in shock really that the referee would do that. Maybe he had a bad day and just sort of took out the player. Probably did. I don't know. I'm only just thinking what he would have done. I have no clue. But he's gonna get retrospective for that. That's not a red card. He'll probably get that rescinded. You feel sorry for Nats. They played well in the second half and actually had some big chances in the second half. If they were just better at converting them, they would have got a point in this game. But PSG do enough to win the game and probably win back the Ligue 1 title from Monaco they did last season. Speaking of Monaco, they drew 0-0 against Montpellier, the team they struggled to beat at the start of the season because these two teams finished 1-1 and now they finished 0-0. So Monaco really don't like playing Montpellier, even though they were off in this game, Monaco, and they had chances. But I thought Montpellier were excellent. They always been hard to beat Montpellier, but that's the reason why even though I took Foucault down this season. That's the worst prediction I've ever done in my life. They've been excellent this season. They do struggle to score goals, Montpellier, but they're hard to beat, and I think that's the reason why they're probably where they are really. Don't ask me what's going on with Monaco. There's a lot of speculation that the players are sort of not happy with the owner because they sold all the talent they had and didn't replace them in the summer. I know they bought in Tillemans and Keita, but they've really struggled. The one player that actually stand out was Lopez. He's saying from Man City. He looks a decent sign. He looks a really decent player for the future. So not looking good for them. And I always feel like when Falcao doesn't play or start or doesn't look fit, they struggle to score goals, and they look like in this game. But a point to point, they pretty much, I think, still second in the league, and I think that's pretty much where they're going to finish. Because Lyon couldn't capitalise on Monaco's mistake, and they drew 1-1 against Algiers, who are second bottom in Ligue 1, for goodness sake, and they couldn't do that. And Algiers were 1-0 up in this game, and you thought to yourself, wow, it's going to be a major upset. But then, call of the hour, call of the man. Who do you think scores? Fekir. He always does. He does so big. He's so big for Monaco. He's just so big for Lyon. Like his goals, assists, chances created. He is literally the reason why Lyon have a chance of finishing above Monaco this season. If he's taken away the team, just going to say this, they are top 4. They're probably 5th, 7th, 8th. But a good win, a massive point for Lyon. But Algiers, that's 2 points drop for you guys. To stay in the league, you need to win these games. They didn't do it and should have won it because Lyon were awful. Marseille beat Rennes 3-0 to capitalise on Monaco and Lyon's mistakes. And then I think only a point or maybe even goal difference behind them now. So major win for them. Even though Florian Thauvin scored a goal, missed a penalty and got an assist and could have got sent off. So he had an influential freaking game. Also I think Sandon scored a goal, and I don't know who scored that one. I think Germain may have scored the third goal. But they were good. Rennes were poor, but Marseille looked like to get the wheels going there, and they're starting to really look like a team now, Marseille. So they look like to be finishing. Look like to be those 3 teams fighting for the Champions League spaces. And last game is a massive relegation 6-pointer game between Saint-Etienne and Toulouse. Saint-Etienne get a massive win. It's a huge win for them to get some confidence going, boost morale, and I give credit due. They were excellent. They scored a penalty, and I think they scored the second goal just before the end of the game. Toulouse had a goal, scored. It was chalked off, and rightly it was chalked off because it was offside. But give credit due. Saint-Etienne, massive win for them. Toulouse, big problems. If you don't beat the Saint-Etienne team, who for me have been all over the place all season, not good for them. Looks like you're going to go to League 2. Next season. So guys, let's look at the league earned table. We're PSG top with 3 points, and then it is Monaco who are going to go different above Lyon. Marseille only a point behind Monaco and Lyon. Then it's Nantes, a massive gap back to Nantes. Then Nice, Gand, Montpellier, Dijon and Rennes. At the bottom it's Strasbourg, Caen, Bordeaux, Saint-Etienne. Their win move will pretty much stay where they are. Then it's Lille get a massive win and move right up the league. Then it's Armens, Troyes, Algiers, Toulouse, that defeat has put them second bottom. Big problems with them. And Metz, we're going to draw this weekend against Dijon, so is the great escape going to happen to Metz? I don't know. It'll be a great escape ever, but it may happen. I have no clue. We watch out and see. Maybe they could do it. So guys, that's the football impact for this episode. Hope you guys have an amazing day and enjoy your life. Please like, subscribe, the natural is out.